या मुकुंद बासु घोषयादि गाया इव शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला मधुरा मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे 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 नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल बहु कोटि चंद्र जीनी वदन उज्ज्वला गला देसे बन माला करे झलमाला किब शिवा सुख नारदा प्रेमे गद गदा किब शिवा नारदा प्रेमे गदा गदा भक्ति विनोद देखे गोरा संपादा भक्ति विनोद देखे गोरारा संपादा गौरांगेरारति को शोभा जग जन मन लोभा गौरांगेरारति को शोभा जग जन मन लोभा नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नमः ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Maharani Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Maharani Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Nittai Gaura Sundar Jaya Nittai Gaura Sundar Jaya Nittai Gaura Sundar Jaya Nittai Gaura Sundar. जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टार्य अष्टोदक श्रीमत् श्री अभय चरणारविंद ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हो। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टाचार्य अष्टोदक श्रीमत् श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज परम गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय हो। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय हो। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय हो। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय हो। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन धाम की जय हो। वृंदावन मथुरा द्वारकापुरी धाम की जय हो। नीलाचल क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय हो। श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माता जी की जय हो। श्री श्री राधा माधव जी की जय हो। श्री श्री राधा माधव जी की जय हो। श्री श्री राधा रानी की जय हो। निताई गौर सुंदर भगवान की जय हो। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की जय हो। All glory to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glory to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glory to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glory, all glory, all glory, Sri Guru and Gauranga.
नमस्ते नरसे माया
नमस्ते नरसिंहाया
प्रहलाद लाद ताईने
प्रहलाद लादगाईने
हिरण्यकशिपूर्वक्षः शरणं प्रपदे तव कर कमलवरे नका नरसिंहदेव जय जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ताय गौर हरि बोल
भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की श्रील प्रभुपाद की हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So welcome everyone to ISKCON Baltimore. The Bor Nitai Gaur Sundar, Giri Govardhan, Jagannath Subhadramai, most beautiful Shri Radha Madhav. Hari Bo. So I'd like to thank you, the pujaris, for dressing deities so beautifully. We can loud Haribol for them, please. As you see, this is the first Sunday when Radha Madhav has been rejuvenated, beautiful paint, everything. How do you like them? They look beautiful, isn't it? So loud Haribol for the special painter who came all the way from Texas, actually, and spent almost like 80 hours to make just for Radha Madhav. And now he's working on Nitai Gaur Sundar. And day after tomorrow, then he's going to leave, actually, to go back. So it's so nice to have. He's very wonderful. And he was mentioning to me, Prabhu, can you move faster? He said, no, when I get the feelings, that's how paint, then Radharani, and they show the emotions according to that. So it's very nice. So today's, we would like to thank you, Pankaj Mali Prabhu, for sponsoring the feast today. It's an anniversary for his mom who passed away last year. I went to Golak Vrindavan. So we can pray for Mataji with chanting Hare Krishna mantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So upcoming, Pankaj Mali Prabhu is here. Please, Prabhu, come. There you go. So upcoming things, our farm, just want to give you updates of farm. We are growing a lot of flowers and vegetables. Today, I think Naba Prabhu has been very much involved in Kirtan Prabhu. So we got today like almost 1,500 fresh marigolds. They're growing really nicely. And now the vegetables started coming also. We are putting regular pictures. Vegetables are coming here also. So Krishna's mercy, we are getting, Jagannath is getting all fresh vegetables. So hopefully next year our plan is that make the farm completely like, 100% organic vegetables we grow next year for that one. Cows-wise, Shyam Prabhu has gone for a week now. And to look at different Gir cows, we're looking for a Gir cow for that. So he's go to 6 different places and he's spoken to some people. We are hoping that right September, October, we'll get some information about that one. By the time 2 devotees will also come. We don't want to bring the cows until our devotees are coming. But, with the immigration status nowadays, the interview process is taking much longer. The 2 devotees have already been approved, but they have to wait for final check with the US Embassy. Once they get it there, the one interview is September, the other one is October. Hopefully Krishna's mercy, they occur. Then once we get the approval, then we'll bring the cows for that one. So that's the update. And also, you see the dome has been waiting for, Jagannath has been waiting for like 8 years. I think our dome should be arriving in end of August. And then I think by October, our plan is to make this Jagannath Puri-dome and put it on top, all the thing. That'll be in October also. So these are some tentative things. Will be like first week, probably Jagannath, and then after that, hopefully cows, if Jagannath so desires for that one. So these are small updates for that one. So without taking, probably you want to tell about something about, no, Prabhu, please come. You know, you know that we have our temple has been recognized as the Center of Excellence, and Prabhu can explain what is Center of Excellence, what's so special about that, and how you can benefit from that. Prabhu is one of the main coordinators here to make sure that this center is spreading the Vedic vision worldwide, basically.
Hare Krishna, everybody. So as you know, Prabhuji mentioned, we are one of the Center of Excellence in North America, the School of Rupanugas, and we are conducting number of courses. These are very unique than the normal Bhakti Shastri course. These are very highly condensed 6-month course, Bhakti Shastri. It's full of activities. It's like a two-way conversation. It's not like, monologue kind of thing, so more interactive. And we will be starting Bhakti Vaibhav also in the November. But Bhakti Shastri, we are starting on 6th of September. Seats are very limited. It's filling very fast. So please, take the opportunity. And this is specifically for the people who are doing the 16 round already, and they want to go for the, deeper into the Shastra. This is the beautiful course. Another thing I want to mention, like the people who are waiting for the Brahman initiation, this is a very good opportunity, because without the Bhakti Shastri course, it's very difficult to get the, Brahman initiation. So I will highly encourage the people who are waiting for the Brahman initiation, please take this opportunity, because this is a 6-month course. By that time, early next year, you will be done with that. So you can queue it up. So yeah, with that said, we are running many more courses upcoming. I'll keep you updated. Our website, if you can go, there is a main page. There's if you click all these details, it is available, which course is coming, which course is going on. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Prabhu has been round the clock helping out, making these beautiful presentations. I think we have only, there are like 30 seats. I think we have only 8 or 10 seats left itself. So if anybody is interested, please do it now. I think this is I think all over the world, this is probably the only course which is recognized by the BBT and the examiners, but condensed in 6 months, because 2 years sometimes takes way too long. And by that time, people actually get busy, everything. And then the time for Brahman initiation or something happened, they said, suddenly, oh, can we give us a letter, please, something else? But now, according to the GBC ruling, we cannot give the recommendation letter until you have the certificate in your hand, actually. So whoever is thinking of going to the next level, which is Brahmana, which is also good, because Bhakti Shastri is very deep. It makes you understand all your relationship with Krishna, what is Brahman's role, everything. And these 3-4 books are so wonderful that you understand that you could be very Brahmana, actually, because Brahmana is a very high position. It's not like easy you just do few things and do Brahmana. Brahma means you can come cook for Krishna, you can dress Krishna, you can do a lot of service for Krishna. So it's a very, very wonderful course. So please don't forget that. Also, I got the announcement today that Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj is officially initiating Guru now. So, Haribo. So many devotees had mentioned before, and I think we'll be hopefully next year comes. So if somebody's interested, we can start working on that, because Maharaj has been inspiration all over the world, and I think it'll be so nice to have a young guru who is a heartbeat of youth, and he can understand everybody so well for that one. So nice. So okay, without taking too much time, we have a special speaker, our dear Sundaran Prabhuji. Haribo. Of course. One of the most humble, cherished, loved by everybody, and such a good Shastra, full of Shastra knowledge. We are so grateful. He's a disciple of His Holiness Rupa Swami Maharaj, and is always there to help us out, helps me in guiding many things itself. Very blessed to have him there. By the way, Rumat Maharaj, I think he's recovering slowly, better. So hopefully in the few months, we'll see. I think hopefully Maharaj can come back and start doing this regular yatras and everything else there. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, looks good. Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone. So I'll offer my prayers. You can also join if you know the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschata Desatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. My obeisance to all the devotees. Vanchakalpatarubhyasha kupasandubhyevacha paditanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So I thought the topic Sunday feast, whenever it comes up, I have one challenge. There are some devotees who are freshly starting. There are some devotees very advanced. So it's a mixture of audience. So I will share briefly. So the topic title I gave is Bhakti, what, why and how. So today we'll focus mostly on the why. Very little we'll touch on what and how. Okay? So I'm hoping this will be refreshing for some of the senior devotees also, even though it's a knowledge that you already know. So, and also you can give me any comments after the session to improve my understanding itself on this topic. So the base for this topic is 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which is called as Purushottama Yoga, Yoga of the Supreme Person. That is the base for this chapter, for this topic. So Krishna wonderfully explains this topic, what, why and how in this chapter. Of course, like any other topic in Bhakti, we can approach it from many different angles. So I'm approaching only from one angle as 15th chapter covers it, as Krishna describes in 15th chapter. So when we're talking about the why, by the way, whenever we're doing something, it's important. I think last couple of sessions back, we were discussing. It's important for us to know why first, whether it's a material goal or spiritual goal. Why? Because when we know the strong reason, when we have the strong reason why we want to do something, then we are very well motivated to get to that goal. That's why it's very important to know why, number one. Number two, otherwise it will become ritual. Okay, I need to do it, I will do it like that. That means it cannot sustain for long term. And also, it will not be heartfelt, so that means I will not have any pleasure in doing that activity. It will become monotonous after some time. That's why it's important to understand why for any goal that we want to have. And his great Chaitanya Charitamrita Prabhu describes the why can be looked at in two different angles, he says. One angle is, if I get this goal, what is the positive thing that will happen? That means I should be looking forward to that goal. Something positive that should come out of it. That is one way to understand and visualize that goal, number one. Second angle he describes is how, if I don't get that goal, anything will happen or everything will go on as usual. If everything is going on as usual, I don't care about that goal. But if there is impact I can see, if I don't achieve this goal, oh my God, big problem is there. Then I will get motivation from this angle also. One angle is positive side, I will get motivation. If I get this goal, wow, this is going to happen. So, and if I don't get this, oh my God, this will happen. Like that, both will help us to get motivated towards the overall goal. So that is a Chaitanya Charitamrita Prabhu describes nicely. So this is one thing. So now, all we're talking about is why. Why Krishna consciousness? Why the bhakti process? Yeah? So to find why bhakti, we need to analyze how the material world is there today, how most people are leading the life in the material world today. That will give us, is there any problem or everything is going nice only? If there's a problem, then we want to say bhakti is a solution for that problem. So that's why we'll talk about the problem a little bit. So In the Bhagavad Gita 15.1, let me read at least the translation for a few verses. So it'll be nice. So 15th chapter, first verse. I'll read the sloka and translation. Sri Bhavanuvacha Udvamulam Adashakam Aswaddam Praguravyayam Chendamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavit. Translation and purport by Sri Prabhupada. Sri Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. By the way, 15th chapter can be discussed in many different angles. One of the angles you can discuss is, oh my God, this branch is this, leaves are this, roots are this, like that. So I'm not going to go in that direction today. I'm going to keep it high level to understand the essence of the verse and how it applies to our life. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it today. So the main principle from this verse we can learn is how material world is temporary, and any happiness we get in the material world is temporary and limited. That means small quantity and for shorter time. Limited and temporary, these are the words. Our Rupa Goswami also uses the word Chappala Sukha. Is very temporary, fluctuating, like that. That means very small happiness we get and for short time we get. That means we cannot get unlimited happiness, we cannot get happiness for decades and centuries together, like that. So that is the theme this verse is talking about. To illustrate that principle, we'll discuss one story. One time, there was a king, he had a prince son, and then he got him married newly. So prince selected a very wonderful necklace for the would-be wife, and he gave as a gift to that would-be wife. And then would-be wife, it was a diamond necklace, it was very valuable, so she was very happy with that. So, and more importantly, more than the object, that prince loves me so much, that's why he gave me this gift. So she was attached to the love with which that was offered. So she was loving it. But one day, she happened to keep that necklace nearby, near the window. So then suddenly one bird came, and bird took away that diamond necklace, such a valuable necklace. Now she's disappointed, discouraged. Oh my God, not only that such a valuable necklace went, but my husband gave me it with so much love. That's my memory. So she was lamenting so much. What to do? So then naturally husband wants to help the wife. So the prince tells, okay, let me try to find out. The way to find out he got a solution is, let us make an announcement to the whole kingdom, saying that whoever finds this necklace and brings me back, let us say that was necklace was 100,000. I don't know how much diamond necklace will be, but let us say the necklace is 100,000. He said, I will give you 10,000, 10 times of that. That means 1 million I will give it to anybody who brings it back. So naturally, everybody was motivated in the kingdom to find that necklace. So one guy happened to be fortunate one. He saw in the pond, there is a necklace. So then, wow, I'm the luckiest one. So I struggled day and night hard for a few days to find the necklace. To his disappointment, whenever he gets into the water, the necklace keeps moving a little bit away. And then the sand itself in which the water is there is drawing him down. So he has very hard time to get out first of all. So like that he was trying repeatedly like that to get the necklace so that he can win $1 million. Yeah? So then suddenly, while he's trying like this for a few days, one sadhu comes. So sadhu comes and says, what are you doing? He didn't want to tell anything. No, I'm just roaming here, nothing like that. Because he's worried if I tell somebody, then they will take it. So I'm just coming here and watching the water like that, he says. Then sadhu understands what he's trying to do. Then he tells me, don't worry, I will help you only to get whatever you want. Then he discloses. I found a necklace, but every time I jump into the water, it's moving away. So then sadhus are clear-headed. They can think clearly. So he noticed that was the image of the necklace that is on top of a tree that is on the bank of the river. So the sadhu could understand that. So sadhu showed, okay, it is actually there. Then he got the real necklace. So the purpose of narrating this story, by the way, this is from His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. Okay? So the purpose of narrating this story and the lesson from it for us is trying to get something temporary where the real thing is somewhere else. Okay? That is the essence. Yeah? So in this case, how do we compare with our context of 15th chapter that Krishna is describing? Krishna is describing there's a tree on the bank of the river, let us say, and then reflection comes on the water. So that reflection is a temporary illusion. So it doesn't give anything real for us. So like the way necklace, even though you catch the image, nothing you get. Necklace will not come into your hand. Like that, right? So similarly, this material world is a reflection of real spiritual world. So now somebody may question, does that mean the material world is not real? I'm seeing everything. Yes, it's real only. There's the Mayavadi understanding is different. They think it's an illusion. But Bhakti understanding is material world is real but temporary. But another way this word real is used in scriptures is something that's permanent. So that is the intended meaning of the real here. So material world is not real in the sense, is not permanent, it's not eternal. Why? Because it gets created and gets destroyed also over a long period of time, of course. Yeah? So that's why if somebody is pursuing happiness in the material world, then whatever happiness we get from sense gratification, from engaging our senses with sense objects, is only limited and temporary. Whereas, because we're all searching for happiness, that's the truth we all know. We all want happiness. Whether we're trying to earn more wealth, whether we're trying to get a bigger house, a bigger car, or a nice family members, nice relatives, nice friends, goal is to be happy. But the material world nature is like this, that we get the happiness for a temporary time frame only, and limited happiness only. And why are we hankering for happiness then? Because there is real happiness somewhere. That is in spiritual world. So that where we are engaging in relationship with our Lord Krishna. Because that real happiness is there, that's why we are hanging for a happiness, permanent happiness. But because material world doesn't have that permanent happiness, it's our failure basically. Like the way necklace story we discussed, right? So I actually planned many different stories for each verse, but looking at the time, it's already 5:25. So I'll cover one more thing for this verse. Essentially, it's the same principle to highlight it more. There's a scriptures talk about this regularly. Let us say there's a deer. Deer is in a desert. Then is looking for water. We all know desert doesn't have much water usually. So it's looking for water. It sees some mirage. That means the appearance of water somewhere. And it thinks that is water and runs towards it and finds out, oh, this is not water. But water is there in ocean, somewhere else. Similarly, our position in the material world is like that. We are like the deer, and desert is like the material world. And the mirage is like the hard struggle that we go through to find some happiness through sense gratification. But the real happiness is in the real water is in the ocean. Similarly, real happiness is in spiritual world. So the principle again to highlight is that we are all hankering for happiness because there is real happiness existing in relation with Krishna in the spiritual world. However, when we try to get happiness through sense gratification in this material world, that will only give us a temporary result, not the result that we want, which is eternal happiness and unlimited happiness. In the spiritual world, the happiness keeps on growing, not like I'll get some fixed amount like the happiness like that. So that is the principle from the first verse. So essentially, we're all looking for happiness, but happiness is temporary and limited in this material world. for a real happiness, we need to engage in relationship with Krishna, and ultimate place to engage with Krishna is in spiritual world, because there's no obstacles in our service in spiritual world. That is going to the second verse. Now, second and third verses, Krishna describes about the nature of this material world we are here in. So, adaschodam prasritas tasya sakha guna pravriddha vishaya pravalaha adascha mulani anusantatani karmanubandhini manushya loke. The translation by Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. The branches of this tree extend downward and upward, nourished by the three modes of material nature. This is the important point. So the branches of the tree are nourished. That means like how we eat food, it nourishes our body. Branches are nourished by gunas, three modes of material nature. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. The twigs are the objects of the senses. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. This is the last sentence, I'll repeat again. This tree also has roots going down, and these are bound to the fruitive actions of human society. Fruitive actions means karma, reactions and reactions. What we do action will get reactions. So the two words in this verse are guna and karma. So basically the tree is getting nourished by three gunas, three modes of material nature, and also the karma activities we do. So that is how the cycle of birth and death is going on also. To illustrate these three modes understanding, by the way, most of you may know that three modes are part of the material nature, or prakriti, one of the 5 topics of Bhagavad Gita. Yeah? So this whole world is running under the influence of material nature, which has the three modes of nature. Sattva guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, are mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So His Grace Radhashyam shares another story for this. The story of a monkey and 3 hat sellers. Probably many of you know. How many of you know already this story? Yeah? Okay. So I can see a few hands. So nice, nice story. But this helps, this kind of thing, examples, will practically tell us to look in ourselves. Okay, do I react like that? Do I react like that? Do I react like that? So when we are hearing, that's what we are meant to process. How does it apply to me? How am I like that? Like that. So there is a way to look at it. So the mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of goodness. So basically there are 3 hat sellers. They're selling hats. And the way they do it is, they every day morning, they go to city nearby and sell the hats and come back with the money. That's what they do. So one of them goes in the early morning, one of them goes in the afternoon, and a third person goes in the evening. Yeah? So that is how they go. So this happens for each of the person. So the person who goes in the evening, he goes and while traveling, in the olden days, there is not much cars, buses like that. They have to travel by walk, right? They got tired in between, so he sits under a tree. And then he keeps his basket of hats there. And he takes rest for some time. He wakes up and sees that the monkeys on the top of the tree took all the hats. So that happened with all the 3 people. Okay? Now, what we need to observe is what each of these 3 persons are doing. Okay? That is what we need to learn. So the first person, same situation is happening to all 3 people. First person, what he does is, oh my God, all my hats are gone. So now what am I going to do? That means I cannot go to market, I cannot sell. That means I will not get money. That means I will not have food in tomorrow. That means my wife will divorce me. That means I will go suicide. Like that, he goes through this chain reaction of next step, next step, next steps, and sits in lamentation like that. This is the reflection of tamoguna, or mode of ignorance. Now, next person who goes in the afternoon, he also goes to sleep for some time, but then when he wakes up, same situation, all the hats are taken by monkeys. Now, this person, instead of lamenting why it's gone, he thinks, oh, they're all gone. I will teach you a lesson. He becomes very angry at the monkeys. And then he depends upon intelligence and he wants to do some action. I'm sure I will get the hats back. So he starts cursing the monkeys and throwing stones at the monkeys like that. This is the second person. So naturally, monkeys are also very strong. They don't give up so hard. We see in Vrindavan, right? When something they take, they don't give it unless they get what they want. So that's what happened to the second person. He's a reflection of Rajoguna. Rajoguna is characterized by anger. Rajoguna is characterized by driven with passion to achieve things more than one's ability also. Yeah, that is the second person. And the third person who starts early in the morning, remember? When he also goes through the same situation. He goes to rest and then monkeys take all the things. So he wakes up and sees all the hats are gone. So he pauses for some time. That's a symptom of mode of goodness. He pauses. Okay, what is the best thing I can do in this situation? And then he thinks, monkeys have this habit of imitating. So let me do one this. He has a cap on his head. So he takes out the cap, looking at the monkeys, and he throws the cap hard into the basket like that. Then monkeys are used to imitate. So they also take out their caps and put it in the basket. So then he's happy, he goes there and sells the stuff and brings the money back like that. So this is a mode of goodness. Mode of goodness is thoughtfulness, pausing before we act like that. So the purpose of narrating this pastime is each of us are influenced by these three modes of material nature all the time. However, so because of that, like we saw in this example, even though we all may experience same situation, but we react and behave differently according to the mode we are influenced by. That is a lesson to take. So now we also know from Bhagavad Gita that mode of goodness is helpful. Why? Mode of goodness is helpful to see things as they are. Mode of goodness helps you to think clearly. Mode of goodness helps you to seek knowledge. Mode of goodness helps you to be kind to others, compassionate to others like that. So this is a wonderful foundational base for spirituality to grow. Our goal is not to get to mode of goodness only and stay there. But our goal is to nurture our life, cultivate mode of goodness in our life so that we can grow spirituality. We can practice spirituality in a favorable way. So mode of goodness life helps us to be favorable in cultivating bhakti. So now naturally question comes, one question should come, what affects me more, which mode affects me more, that you can think about. That Krishna gave you enough explanation in the Bhagavad Gita, how to look at each of us in terms of what we eat, when we do work, when we are more active, how we speak, all the different things we can characterize in different modes like that. So naturally we can cultivate mode of goodness, like for example, keeping our surroundings clean, keeping our day organized as much as we can in our capacity, and then cultivating knowledge, and then maintaining a regulated schedule. These are some of the things we can do to cultivate mode of goodness. For example, our Srila Prabhupada gave for ISKCON devotees to follow the 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. These are also avoiding gross sinful activity. And that way they are saving us not to engage in mode of passion and mode of ignorance. They will elevate us to mode of goodness also. So we start with that basics at least, and then cultivate the mode of goodness in our life. That way it helps us to grow in bhakti nicely. Remember in the other story about the necklace story, the guy was running, jumping into the water, not finding necklace, jumping into the water, not finding necklace. But when a sadhu came, he had a clear mind to understand where is the necklace. That was a symptom of mode of goodness or beyond. So like that. So this is how modes are binding us in this material world, modes are influencing our actions in the material world. So now going to the third verse, let me read the translation at least. Third and fourth verse are combined. the real form of this tree cannot be perceived in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where its foundation is. But with determination, one must cut down this strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Okay, that is the key word. Thereafter, one must seek that place from which, having gone, one never returns. And there, surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom everything began and from whom everything has extended since time immemorial. So two main things being discussed here is, we need to get free from this world through the weapon of detachment. So what do we do after becoming free from this world? We go to the spiritual world and engage in loving relationship with Krishna. Those are the two things being described in this verse. This also to elaborate the principle of how material world is implicating us day by day, how we are experiencing suffering day by day. There's another nice story. One time, one king was going for hunting in the forest. And then suddenly one angry tiger, lion I think, right? Lion. Yeah, because tiger's baby, I don't know what they call. Tiger's baby, what do they call? Anybody knows? Cubs? Okay, then it's tiger. Because one angry tiger and 3 cubs started to chase the king. And then he was running. Suddenly he falls into a deep well. Many of you know the story in different ways. It's told in different variations. Then, once he falls down, naturally when you're trying to fall, let us say I'm walking somewhere and I suddenly fall down, we try to take support of something so that we don't have bigger damage like that. Natural tendency. So he also took a support of a plant that was growing in the middle of the well from the boundary walls like that. So, but he got hanging there. Now he's neither up nor down. He's hanging in the middle of the well like that. So it's a nice analogy. It's described in different ways. So in this way it's described as. So now once he's describing. So now because his weight is so much, the plant is actually about to break like that. It's making kirr sound like that. Yeah. And then not only that, there are 2 rats, black and white rat, that were biting on the roots of that tree. That means they are also trying to damage the tree sometime. And not only that, there's a snake that is coming on top of the branch of the tree towards him. Not only that, if he looks down, there's a crocodile under that is ready with the mouth open like that. So that means it's danger everywhere. So that, and then suddenly he sees that nectar is dropping from the top of the tree. There's a beehive with nectar. But the problem with that nectar is that it's not just sweet honey. The problem with that is certain insects, poisonous insects, bit into that beehive. So now they made the honey, all the honey as poison. Now he may be expecting that this is very sweet. So one drop is going to fall now, I'm going to wait when I'm going to get it like that. But that's a poison. So our position is so precarious in the material world like that. So the analogy comparison is, the tiger that is chasing me is like old age. And the 3 cubs that are chasing are like impurities in a heart, lust, anger, and greed. And then the 2 rats that are chewing on the roots are day and night time, like time, representing time. And then the snake on the tree and the crocodile down are representing the death that might come any time for us. So, and the honey that is trying to drop, which is actually poisonous, is like the taste or happiness of sense gratification that we are all seeking for. Because Krishna says the happiness in the mode of passion is like nectar in the beginning, but in the poison at the end. So the sense gratification seems nice and happy right now. But by engaging in sense gratification, we're denying something bigger goal. We cannot achieve bigger goal because I'm engaging with a small thing like that. For example, somebody tells us that there is a Mahaprasad outside the door. But then suddenly we see some orange here. So if we go for orange, we're missing the Mahaprasad that is blessed by the Lord directly. So like that, the bigger goal can be missed by smaller things like that. So similarly, when we are hankering for sense gratification, what happens is our time is gone, our energy is gone. And to engage in spirituality or bhakti, we need both time and energy. So that is the precarious position of the material world. So the weapon of detachment will help us not to engage with sense gratification. That is what Krishna is describing, to leave this world. Yeah. So now other aspect is to leave when we leave this world, we need to go to the spiritual world and surrender to Krishna and engage in relationship with him. That is a positive aspect. And unlike other paths like impersonal path, they only talk about negation of misery. Misery is going away. We want to be peaceful. That's all. But bhakti gives us the positive nourishment of something positive to look forward to. Happiness, positive happiness that can come like that. That comes in engaging in service of Krishna like that. So, when we surrender to Krishna, we develop great qualities. So now going to the, I will switch to 15.7. So now, maybe I'll introduce the topic. So basically, we heard about how the nature of material world gives only temporary happiness, limited happiness. And then we heard the precarious position of being in the material world. We're having so many different sufferings that are coming at us, and the time is running out, and time can be robbed with sense gratification from us. So now, what happens is, if you prolong this for long time, as the spirit soul, if you look at the broad time scale of million lifetimes for us, for example, or 100 lifetimes, then what is happening is, we're taking another body, another body, another body, another body. So we'll focus on the reincarnation little bit now. So that Krishna talks about in 7th, 8th chapter, 8th verse onwards. So let me go to the 7th verse. Okay. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which includes the mind. Actually, this is a very famous verse, most of you might know. Mamaivamso jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha manasastani indriyani prakriti-stani karshati. So basically, two things Krishna is describing. One is, all of us living entities are his fragmental parts, that we are all part and parcel of Krishna. We should be happy to know that we are part and parcel of Krishna. That's the first aspect he is describing. But second aspect is, because we are forgetting that and not engaging in that relationship, I am engaging with sense objects. That's why I am being struggled by senses and mind. Like that is describing. So essentially, what happens because of that, what happens is, we are taking birth after birth after birth like that. How is that happen? I'll briefly describe. So, whenever we engage in an activity without bhakti, now we're talking about without bhakti, we get a result from that. We know when each action results in an equal and opposite reaction, like that we discussed here. So, when I engage in a pious activity, I get some pious karma credits, so I can enjoy either this life or next life. Similarly, when I engage in impious activity or a sinful activity, then I get some impious credits, I don't know, you should call it debits maybe, impious debits. Then I need to suffer either this life or future life. So this now, the moment I do some activity without bhakti, I'm implicating myself to do either nice activity or bad activity. Good activity, bad activity. One of these things I need to do. So the moment I do one of these things, that means I'm assuring that I need to live in some body to either enjoy or to suffer. So now, the moment I take another body to enjoy, while enjoying, I'll create bad activity and I'll suffer. So like that, this cycle is going on for us. And we're taking next body, next body, next body. And the body we take depends upon the desires we cultivate in this life and the activities we do. So the activities we already talked about, good activities, bad activities. Yeah? And the desires we cultivate. Example of this is desires, I'll tell you. For example, I love to sleep long time. Then naturally Krishna will bless me. Okay, good. Next life you can become a polar bear. You can sleep for so many months. Right? Like, or I love swimming so much. I spend 15 hours a day in water. Then Krishna will say, okay. So now, next life I'll become a fish. Some aquatic like that. Yeah? So like this, and I remember something. So, extension of this principle, we see lots of trees here. So anybody knows what desires I can cultivate to get a tree body? Yeah. Basically, when I don't cover my body sufficiently, when I have less clothes on my body, number one. The second one was surprising when I read from Radhesham Prabhu. Second one was when I'm interested to see others with a lesser covering of the body. In both these cases, my next life, with that desires, I'll get a tree body. Basically, the desires I cultivate and the activity I'm doing are giving me the next body. It can be animal, plant, insect, human body, devata body, like that. Makes sense? But still, the underlying principle is same. Some happiness, some suffering. Some happiness, some suffering. But both are temporary, limited. So, that is the nature of material world. Now, the solution for this, Krishna describes in this verse that we read, fourth verse. Let me go to the third and fourth verse a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Thereafter, one must seek the place from which, having gone, one never returns. And they surrender to Krishna, from whom everything began. So basically, the solution is we need to surrender to Krishna. We need to obey God, obey God's instructions. So how do we obey God's instructions? When we know what are God's instructions. That means in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has given instructions. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we have Krishna has given instructions. So we learn about what does Krishna wants from us. We learn Krishna's instructions. Once we learn Krishna's instructions, we follow them. We obey them. By obeying Krishna's instruction, we are obeying Krishna. That's how we are showing our surrender. So, in one sense, devotional service is simple. Doing what Krishna likes and not doing what Krishna doesn't like. Simple. But to do that, we are taking guidance from Guru or Sadhu or Shastra, like that. So then we learn instructions and we follow in our everyday life. So that is essentially bhakti. What we are doing is also same thing. Whatever bhakti is based on not somebody's imagination, is based on Shastra, what Shastra is saying. And Shastra is clarified in our life by Guru and Sadhu. Because they help us understand the message of Shastra correctly, number one. Because Shastra is so vast. One place it says one thing, one place it says another thing. We cannot reconcile easily without the help of Guru and Sadhu. So that is why they are helping us, number one. Understand it properly. Number two, because they applied these principles for a long time, they can also share how we can apply these principles in our life. Otherwise, we may think, okay, I need to quit job tomorrow morning. They will tell us, no, you need a job so that you can maintain yourself and your family and you can engage in bhakti. Because if you leave job, then after 1 week, your savings are gone. Then you will say, I don't want to chant anymore. I'm struggling for my job only right now, like that. So that's why Guru and Sadhu helps us to have a balanced understanding of how to lead our life in accordance with scriptures. So many people, yeah, I want to touch on this aspect. Some devotees are disappointed at themselves because they think they're not pursuing material great heights and neither they're doing spiritually great. Some devotees have this worry. So Srila Bhishma Dev in first canto, in his instructions to Yudhishthir, tells three important instructions. The verse says, Dharma Vipra Achyutashraya. Dharma Vipra Achyutashraya. If we do these three things in our life, then we don't need to be worried, am I leading my life properly or not? What are those three things? Dharma. That means, am I leading my life according to the Dharma? How do you ensure that? By reading and hearing regularly and by taking guidance from Vipra or Brahmana Vaishnavas. That is the second point. Dharma is leading our life according to Dharma. That means not doing sinful activity and doing things according to piety and ideally for Krishna's sake. That will come as a third thing. So then second is we take guidance from Brahmanas, Vipras. In fact, Shastras give so much importance to Brahmanas, sometimes more than even Shastra. For example, Ekadasi, let us say there is confusion about Ekadasi, when to follow, today or tomorrow. I follow the temple president, Shastra gives that. I follow the authority, then I'm assured, even though I'm doing a wrong day, because I followed the authority, I get the good result. That is the importance Shastra gives to Brahmana Vaishnavas. So the second thing is, Brahmana Vaishnavas, if we have one Vaishnava in our life who is like a mentor or guru, then we can consult them regularly and have a relationship with them regularly. By having that relationship with them regularly, they understand our nature, they understand what will help us, what will not help us. Same Shastra instruction, we can apply at this level, this level, this level like that. So they will guide us to apply at the right level also. So we talked about Dharma, following our life with Dharma, and follow guidance of Vipras or Brahmana Vaishnavas in our case, and then Achyuta Ashraya. Achyuta means Lord Krishna, infallible Lord, one who doesn't fail in his affection for his devotees. So we do these things not because I follow Dharma, because everybody needs to know I am the greatest, I don't make any mistakes. That should not be the motive. I follow Vaishnavas because I respect Brahmanas, I am kind to Brahmanas. Everybody should know. That is not the motivation. Motivation is Achyuta Ashraya. Because I want to please Krishna. When I follow Dharma, it helps me to get purified. It helps me to get closer to Krishna. And that is pleasing to Krishna. Both are pleasing to Krishna. Following Dharma is pleasing to Krishna. And me coming closer to Krishna is also pleasing to Krishna. He is eagerly waiting. Please come like that. So, to please Krishna, we need to do the Dharma. And to please Krishna, we need to relate with Vipra or Brahmana Vaishnavas. That means we take their guidance, we get every opportunity we take to serve them. One of the best ways to serve Brahmanas or Vaishnavas is to hear what they're sharing and then follow in our life. In fact, the best mercy we can get is following the instructions of Acharya. For example, Prabhupada has given in this Bhagavad Gita so many instructions for us. If you remember one thing, Prabhupada says, I need to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada is saying, by doing that, I can develop my bhakti perfectly. Now, I keep that faith on Prabhupada, and so I was telling other day, there are two ways to follow this. One is, I got a nice point. I need to chant Hare Krishna, I will go back to Godhead. Okay, I'll apply it. Done. Option 1. Option 2, Prabhupada said I need to chant Hare Krishna and I will become perfect. So, I want to please Prabhupada. I want to follow Prabhupada. That is the option 2. When it is option 2 with the person in the background still, then we get the mercy of the person more. Not just the formula we got discovered by ourselves. So that is the way we can get the mercy of Acharyas. This is why we hear All the acharyas in disciple section, their mercy is freely available to us. When we hear Bhaktivinoda Thakur, oh, this may be important. I wanted to stress on one point. Bhaktivinoda Thakur stresses on incrementalism. That means doing better a little bit every day. So if you hear, oh, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wants me to do a little bit better. I don't need to become a millionaire tomorrow. I don't need to become pure devotee by tomorrow. I'll do my chanting little better tomorrow. When we do that, then we get Bhaktivinoda Thakur mercy directly in our life. So this principle is, even mundane people, experts also share this principle. So the reason I wanted to highlight this is, some devotees are stuck in the, I will do 100% perfect or I won't do anything. That doesn't help us, because we, by nature, we cannot do anything perfect. Even though we can strive to be, it will be 99.5% perfect potentially. But because I want to do perfect, I should not stay at 0. I should do 1% at least. Because by doing 1% better every day, we'll become somebody, atomic habits expert, what's the name, James Clear, talks about this principle in his book. By doing 1% better every day, I forgot the number, some 17% to 30% better I'll be by the end of the year. Can you imagine that? 1% is easy to do better tomorrow. That means, if I have the habit of seeing the phone for every one round, I will do it after 1.5 round. That will make it 1% better. So like that, or if I don't have a habit of reading Bhagavad Gita every day, I will read for 1 minute. Some people might laugh, but this is an amazing thing that happens. Just 1 minute. 2 things that happen. One is we develop a consistency. Most important thing. That gives you mode of goodness. Number 1. Because 1 minute, nobody can deny I don't have 1 minute. If I say 10 minutes, I don't have 10 minutes. Anybody can say. So 1 minute, that is the consistency is developing. Second thing is, we get excited. What is next after this? We might potentially read the next 1 minute also. So that is the second thing. Third thing, most important thing is, by reading scriptures regularly, like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, we'll develop purity in consciousness. Then we'll start to love scriptures. So that is a beautiful thing that will happen. Then we don't need to 1 minute. We want to do more and more. Sri Sri Radha Madhav ki jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai, Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Nita Gaur Sundar ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So that is the beauty of doing little bit better. So I have this tendency also myself, but some devotees struggle a lot more, that they want to do 100% or nothing at all. But when we realize that even little bit counts a lot, especially with Lord Krishna. Why? Krishna is happy even if we chant one name. Even if we touch Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Sometimes my wife has a Bhagavatam in the bedroom. So then I go and touch Bhagavatam. So even that is pleasing to Krishna. Forget about opening and reading it. So next step is you read it. Because books are meant to be read. Not only read, understood. Not only understood, apply it in our life. So then we get the real full benefit of that gift that Srila Prabhupada has given us with these books like this. So essentially we touched on few things today. We actually covered only few verses of 15th chapter. 15th chapter I found out is like a jewels, a lot of jewels are there one place like that. It's a nice chapter. Essentially we touched on the temporality of material world, the limited and temporary nature of the happiness we get in the material world through sense gratification, and the miseries that material world gives us. And then we heard the permanent solution is to engage in devotion service to Krishna in the spiritual world, where there's unlimited and eternal happiness all the time like that. So the way to cultivate that, or the way to go from material world to spiritual world, is to obey the instructions of Krishna as given by scriptures like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, under the guidance of Vipra, by following Dharma, and to please Krishna. That's the most important ingredient. Otherwise, whatever we do is a show only. Yeah? Of course, we can start with show. My daughter was telling, I think. Basically, sometimes we don't have the consciousness to do something properly. At least doing action is a good start first. But we should not stay there. We should do that with the right consciousness of pleasing Krishna. That is the step we are all aspiring for and practicing it. As we practice it, then we'll figure out when we start practicing it that I'm not able to do it. When we are figuring out that I'm not able to do it, that's a great sign. Otherwise, I'm thinking I'm already pure devotee. So then no improvement. So when I understand that I'm not able to do it, then we have two options. Option one, I am going to crack this. I'm going to get it done. Option one. Option two is, Krishna, I'm not able to do it. Sri Prabhupada, I'm not able to do it. Please help me how to do it nicely. That is option two. When we take this option two, that's a path of humble service mode. So we are all striving towards the humble service mode to do what we understand is the best while seeking and praying for mercy of Krishna in the association and guidance of devotees in our life. So I'll pause there. If anybody has any comments, questions, you can have for 5 minutes. Otherwise, we can end here also. Any comments, questions? Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dheeraj Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Some of you can repeat. Yeah, cause and effect. Yes, Prabhu.
A question is cause and effect. Like causes of the past life are the effects of this life.
This is my inspiration for practicing bhakti in one sense. So, whatever, the reason I'll explain it this way, I'll make a point first. So basically, whatever we did in the past life, whatever desires we cultivated in the past life, whatever actions we did in the past life, those are the cause. So now, based on that cause, we are put into certain circumstances in this life. That is the effect. Okay? Notice I use the word circumstances. Okay? For example, I got this particular body. I'm in a male body right now. I was born in India. So I was born in a certain family. These are the circumstances given because of the cause from the previous life. That is the effect. Now, I can, in this life, what I am doing is a cause for future effects. In this life or next life also. That's why we try to be careful in what we are causing as effect for next life. And without bhakti, whatever we do will get an effect. Remember we said anything we do, either good effect or bad effect will come. That means we'll get another body to experience that. So to avoid that, what we need to do is we need to do everything to please Krishna. The moment I do everything to please Krishna, we're all practicing to cultivate that. The moment we do for pleasing Krishna, that's called akarma. That means there's no effect, material effect coming for that. That means there's no good reaction, no bad reaction coming for that. That is the beauty of it. Number one. Number two, my karma balance also is going down. Whatever karma I accumulated from the past. All the causes, effects will not come. Some effects already came, we discussed this body, this family, I born like that. But some effects will never come because I'm practicing bhakti like that. Makes sense, Prabhuji? Thank you, Prabhu. It's inspiring to see Prabhuji. He is always smiling at this age also. Yeah. I hear from my parents how in old age so many difficulties are there, diseases are there, so many things they want to do but they're not able to do. But still is connected with Bhakti Path regularly. Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pankaj Mal, Prabhuji. Mm. Very nice question. Actually, I had this question a lot of time. I have practical experience also. So two things I'll share. One is knowledge will get by reading the books or hearing the classes. Then wisdom or the practical application, applied knowledge will come by doing service, like you are doing book distribution. Number one. Number two, we understand whatever we are hearing and reading to the extent we are purified. That means I should not only read books, but I should also cultivate purification in my life. How does purification comes? By doing prescribed duties and by chanting Hare Krishna for us. The level of sincerity and seriousness I invest in chanting my rounds, that determines how much I can understand, because the purity will increase. That's why Prabhupada said, go on, keep on reading. First time I'm reading, I'm understanding a little bit. Second time I'm reading, understanding some more. And this goes to practical application. Basically, Krishna will remind us at the right time what to do. Like that. So we're more connected to Super Soul by doing sincere sadhana. So the principle is by doing sincere sadhana and seva, so more and more we can remember the instructions that we want to apply. Number one. Makes sense so far? So another thing is, every time we hear a class or every time we attend a seminar, every time we attend a retreat, it's important to understand, oh my God, this guy talked for 1 hour. Did I get anything? One thing I got, we need to catch it. What is the one thing I can take it from this class? He talked for 1 hour. What is the one thing I can take from the class? Then we try to understand it, we try to see how it's relevant for our life, and we try to practically apply that in life. This will help us. When we apply it in practically in life, then the lesson will stay with us. Especially Krishna arranges in our life situations where we hear one point, few different places in the next few weeks, few months, for example. Then whatever Krishna is helping us remember or hear repeatedly, that's more important for us specifically. So we need to pay attention to that topic and understand, apply in our life. That's the way we can remember what to do, Prabhuji. And the other practical experience I'm sharing is, I used to attend Bhakti Vrishas in my early days of Krishna consciousness. Bhakti Vrisha, for those who don't know, is weekly gathering. It's a very nice way to grow in Bhakti. I used to attend. Then 90% of the things I don't remember what they said. But I understand little bit. So then I thought I'm not remembering anything. But after 10, 15 years, when I'm reading Bhagavatam, I didn't have the habit of reading Bhagavatam before, books much before. When I started reading books, I see, oh, this my mentor told me. This my mentor told me in Bhakti Vrisha. This my mentor told me in Bhakti Vrisha. So Krishna is giving that remembrance. And also when we're discussing with somebody, Krishna gives that remembrance. I don't consciously remember whatever I heard in Bhakti Vrisha that time. But Krishna is giving us. So it's Krishna's, we know that, Sarvasya Chaham Hridisannavishte Matta Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. Krishna gives the remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness also. So we continue to strive to please Krishna, and Krishna will give us the right remembrance at the right time for us to remember the right thing and apply in our life. Make sense, Prabhuji? Nice question, Prabhuji. Any other comments, questions? Okay, we can end here. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vanchakalpatarubhyasya Kupasindhu Bhyevacha, Paditanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavibhyo, Namo Namaha. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.